Hello, hello. Welcome to the live. Welcome to this Tuesday live for January the 18th. Welcome, welcome. And of course, I need to see who's here so I can say hello to everyone. Okay. Let's see how we do this here. Okay, live chat, live chat. Okay. All right, maybe you just heard a little bit of an echo or feedback, but okay. It's going to go like this. All right. Okay, come on now. There we go. All right, now I can see. Welcome to the live chat, one and all. I see Marshar, Joyce Bolt, Carolyn Sowers, Fancy, Adrian Barrow. Okay, Church Nelly. Also, oh, well, this is going fast. Okay. Deanna C., Rachel Windley, Mama. Hello, Mama. B10 Powell, welcome to the live chat. Glad you're here. Yolanda P., good evening to you too. Let's see, Miranda Rios, Patricia Nixon. Doesn't that sound familiar for some reason? Pat Nixon, Patricia. Oh, okay. That was one of the first daughters, right? Patricia Smith, Hope, Faith, Love. If you're lucky, Hope, Faith, Love. Yes, hopefully, if you're lucky, you should experience all of that in life with one partner. Hope, Faith, Hope, Love. Okay, Mary G. Lydia Washington, I think I said that. Mascara, Fancy. Dara Edgehill, Sandra Parnall. Okay. Okay, Vinny Blair, welcome. Pele Prescott, or is it Pele? Pele Prescott? Good enough for me. Okay, V. Thomas, Annie Bullard, Karen Isabel, Mary G, Myra V. Okay. And let's see, JJ, Jeanette Williams, welcome to the live. Carmen Bennett, Denise Marcus, hi, welcome. Terry H, Susie Q, hey. That's one reason why I'm so fat. When I was a kid, I used to do the taste test. Which is better, the ho-ho or the ding-dong? Which is better, the Susie Q or the cupcake? Okay, Krista Spear. I can't believe that ho-ho and ding-dong has come up in this conversation. Okay, Miss Levi Hemmings. Ms. Levi Hemmings. And Diane Hawkins, welcome. Robin Rogers, Dolores Thomas, Melita, Belinda Pendragon, okay. Isabella, I'm sorry, Anastasia Isabella, Gwendolyn Daniels, Marion Owens, Bertha Stevens, Ruth Lopez, Sister and Cissy, okay. TCC Son, welcome. Lucy Wynn, hiya. Sheila Watson, did I say that already? Mary Hiker, and okay, I think that's enough. S. Millie, the young one, really? That's the first time I've seen that name. Beverly Hardy, Marilyn Ferguson, Lynn, Krista Spears, Joan Commonwealth, hi. Okay, hi, and more highs. Welcome. Greetings. Okay. Chanel Tyler. Let's see. Ty Fletcher, I think I said that. Verity Lee. Okay, well, let's get to it. That's been 5 minutes of greetings. I think that should cover everybody. Shay Dahl, welcome. Elizabeth Clark, I say that and I keep going. Jude Marion, Dara Edgehill. Okay. coming in fast, but all right. I'm Bernadine Robinson, Frida Bodine. Okay, welcome. All right, welcome all. Well, let's see. It's been a busy day in the Sussex world. It's kind of been like that, you know. But let's see, how can I put this? I don't even know where to start. It's been busy, and I've been trying to maintain my safe space in my own life, maintain my safe space. But the truth is, I'm a little nervous for the Sussexes. Not that they're in a bad way or anything like that, so to speak, but just that, as they say, words do have power, and the big power that these tabloids have is that they are able to reach a lot of people, some very fragile, dare I say, impressionable people who do not know the Sussexes as we know them because they do not want to know of their goodwill and charity. They don't even want to accept that the Duchess of Sussex is only 40 years old. As far as they're concerned, she must be older than that. And that everything about her life is a lie. And there are people who hear that, accept it, and need to believe it. Okay. So Christopher Bowsy, um, I haven't decided yet how to say that, but I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I don't mean to um, malign his name like that. But anyway, he's done some work and he's identified like three principal hate accounts. Now, I don't want to say the name of those accounts because they are YouTube accounts, and I'm not sure that I am able to say the names of them, or that I may say too much, and that could be a problem. So I'll just avoid that part of it, but you could always go to the Bot Sitno report and look it up yourself because the information is available, right? And one of the accounts, he says this individual is making at least $3,300 a month. And then, of course, there was one squatty who accused one of the, I shouldn't say accused, but has even said that one of these three ladies um, used to make money the old fashioned way. She earned it, if you know what I mean. So it's been interesting, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't compromise my account by saying certain things. But yeah, it's three principal hate accounts that seem to target the Duchess of Sussex or the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And so those have been identified. So please go to the Bot Sentinel and look those up. You saw that too, right? Yeah, you saw that too. Okay, so um, let's see. I'm sorry. What is this? Um, yeah, yeah, and yeah. So the warning has been out there. The warning has been out there about these accounts, and let's see. Oh, yeah, that's funny to me, but I love that. But yeah, so that's what they said, that she uh used to work in one of those houses or owned one of those houses or something like that, which is rich. I love that. It's just the kind of messy that gets my day going. Okay, that's another good word. Um okay, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that, but yeah. Um, okay, let's see. Okay. And Chanel Tyler, you said, um, I know you don't want to say what channel, but I will try and look for it. Okay, good. Thank you so much. I don't want to call those channels out right now because I'm not sure that I'm entitled to do that. So Um, and then, of course, I would have to throw out quite a few alleged and possibly and considerably. So, yeah, why don't we just not do that? Okay. But yeah, look it up for yourself. The information is available. And it is illuminating that you have these three accounts. And aside from that, okay, let me find my graphic here. I'm going to tell you let's see, where is it at here? Ah, my graphic didn't come up. All right. Okay, never mind. I still have it, but it's just not where I need it to be. Or is it? Or is it? Oh, I know what happened. Okay, sorry about that. I got to look someplace else for the information. But what it says is that okay. Want to make sure I get the exact figure. Meghan Markle trolls uh turned hate into an estimated $3.5 million industry on YouTube. Did you get that number? And I dare say it's more than that, but okay, let's just say that that number is authentic. I mean, there is a lot of information on YouTube. There's a lot of, content creators, but this is in Newsweek, a magazine that is not necessarily friendly toward the Duchess of Sussex. They have become somewhat of a tabloid news source, but it is alleged, or well, what should I say? Alleged. It's reported here that it has become a $3.5 million industry, which is why I'd like to believe that that one particular hate account is probably making more than $3,300 a month. I mean, you think about the numbers that those people are getting; it has to exceed $3,300 a month for that one particular account. I'm sure, I'm just positive that they are exceeding that amount. Okay, so the trio. I could say the names of no, I should. Well, yes, I can. I could say the names of them. Yankee Wally. Okay, that's one. Or should I say the names because I don't want you guys to go click on those accounts. So never mind. I said too much by saying that one, but please go to the bot signal and read about it because I don't want you to accidentally like bring it up on your YouTube or something like that because that helps them and that's not what we're trying to do right now. But yeah, $3.5 million industry of hate toward the Duchess of Sussex. And for the amount of people that are able to peddle that kind of hate. Okay, think about that. For that amount of people that peddle that type of hate, just think how much more money is made by people who repeat those same talking points. They're repeating those same talking points and making even more money. That number seems rather conservative to me. Um, but let's say if even if it is true, if they're making $1 from going after the Duchess of Sussex, then that's a dollar too many in my book. So, let's see. I have a question. How are those channels able to put out this hate? YouTube has guidelines that don't allow hate or bullying in channel contents. How are these channels able to get away with this? Well, that's a good question. I mean, I think sometimes they may use euphemisms to cloak. I never watch them, so I don't know exactly what they say. So before I even say how they may be able to do it, let me just say this: I don't know exactly what they're saying. I mean, I know that there has been assertions that um, I don't even want to repeat those assertions, but they're ugly, vile, vicious lies. There have been flat out lies. And they, of course, start the conversation by saying, this is for entertainment purposes only. That much I've seen. But I probably have tuned into those channels maybe over a year ago. Whenever it was I want to say they began to pop up on my feed around the time when I was still watching Hello. You know, that person. Hello. That's when I would start seeing those accounts. So I would watch hello. And you know, he pops his fan. Well, I would watch that account and then more and more accounts were coming through. Because like everybody else, at the time of the wedding, at the time of the walkabouts and stuff, we wanted to yeah, thank you right there. That disclaimer probably gets them a free ticket. Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, and that's it. That it's the disclaimer. They say it's for entertainment purposes only. And then they have that rather sly way and even deliberately obvious way of saying some of the nastiest, most ridiculous things. And so the big problem is that that hostility that they are contributing to actually makes life very unsafe for the Sussexes. And if you look at some of the attacks on Asian Americans after oh okay, you know, that was just like a punch in the gut to even talk about that. But the way a former president spoke about the pandemic and that started targeting that what allegedly is what started the targeting of Asian Americans. That is and and this is why the tabloids are so dangerous because there's no way that you can qualify one for the other directly. I mean, we know that connection is there, but legally they cannot be held accountable for it because they are protected as any other journalist is protected, even though we know what they're saying and doing is making things dangerous for the Sussexes. And it's just as Michelle Obama said about our former president, you made my family very unsafe. That was a real thing. That was a real thing. That orange menace allegedly made the Obama's very unsafe. And you can't I guess the burden of proof is on you as an individual to prove that that is what happened, but we know that there's a connection there. So, yeah, I mean, I like the freedom of speech. I love the idea that there's a free and open press. But the thing is, there was a time when there were regulations on news outlets, you know, and unfortunately, during the time of Bill Clinton, he's the one that deregulated a lot of these things. He signed those into law. And look at where we are right now. I mean, I'm just going to tell the truth. You know that I'm a fan of the Clintons, but I'm not going to pretend like that didn't happen. Bill Clinton was responsible for a lot of this deregulation. I mean, of course, he couldn't have predicted something like the internet age that we're in right now, but the unintended law of consequences means that by all of this deregulation, things are now you can own multiple news outlets in the same market, whereas before you weren't allowed to do that. And look at where we are right now. So now you can own more than one television station in Cincinnati, more than one radio station in Los Angeles. So that is one of the reasons why someone like a Rupert Murdoch could control people's thoughts because there are people fragile enough to believe these things. And so when people say, don't pay attention to the tabloids, they're not going to go away. I mean, look at what's on the screen right now. A once respected news source, Newsweek, has become more like the Inquirer or the Star. And there are still people my age or older who would think that Newsweek is fair and impartial because that's how we viewed them in the past, only to realize that it has become a tabloid. Am I being too preachy tonight, or y'all get what I'm saying? Because I value your opinions, but that's how I see it. So these tabloids are dangerous. These tabloids are dangerous, and I never thought that I would have 10 people, let alone 12,000 people on my channel listening to my opinions about these things. But I was talking to a handful of people, and not all at the same time, trying to explain this injustice that's happening to the Sussexes. And all I got from people were like, they're rich. Why do you care? Or they would, pretend like it was, but it's not just them. I mean, I keep seeing this pattern repeated. People who can make big changes and big differences for society are so often targeted by this nationalist right wing movement, and they don't stop until they have destroyed that person. And then they pretend as though they care about the people that can be helped, while at the same time, simultaneously, they're trying to destroy people who could help give a voice to those people. So anyway, let me look at a couple of your comments. Meghan Markle on YouTube, search and just surf through the channels and select for me, and I report the hate channels. Ruth, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I mean, on the one hand, it helps those channels, but on the other hand, if we're not there to report that these channels are targeting certain talking points that could lead to the worst, then there's no way they could know about it. So yeah, I mean, to some degree, if we're all inside of our bubbles, then we don't have the information available. So I won't tell you what to do about that, but I understand what you're saying, and maybe it's necessary. I only know my truth, but I don't know everybody's truth. So yeah, I mean, it's not the worst idea I've ever heard, but and it's necessary. These channels have to be reported. Okay. People with weak minds, that there is danger. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There are some people that are very fragile, and they're very subject to suggestion, and they target people. I mean, who would have ever thought that Asian Americans would be targeted like that? Because some people on the right wing, I mean, I'm not even going to say what that former president said that I believe caused them to be targeted, but every so often you see with some hobo or some homeless person um, pushes someone on the train tracks that just happen to be Asian. Where does that thought come from? They're not trying to rob them, they're just trying to hurt them, and that's because they're subject to that suggestion. Or how about when our former president said those things about the countries south of the border, and then there were high school kids. One school happened to be mostly Latino or Spanish speaking, and the other school happened to be, very, for lack of a better word, uh, blonde and blue eyed, if you will. And what happened? They decided to start chanting, "Build that wall." Where did that come from? And if you think something like that could not lead to violence, you're not paying attention. So that's why these targeted attacks on the Sussexes from the tabloid media is so dangerous, and I don't think we should ignore it, because it has so many places that it could take them in terms of their safety that I even hate to think about. Let's see. Meghan Markle was the target of a monetized hate campaign by 25 YouTube channels that earned an estimated 3.5 million from ad revenue, according to the data analysis agency. Okay, 3.5 million from ad revenue. But what about, and this is what I'm kind of curious about, and I would love to know that information. Just as I receive super chats from some squatties, I wonder what their super chats look like. I wonder what any type of financial assistance for these hate channels, I wonder what it looks like. And even more importantly, where does it come from? Where does it come from? Remember, we found this out that some of the royal rodents, or so-called royal reporters, they seem to have a hotline to some of these people on Twitter. So, you know, there's the motive, and there's the possibility that some people acting as, an individual and not a reporter, who knows how much they encourage these people financially to keep this narrative playing along. So let's see. Ty Fletcher, welcome to the chat. People are worried about Meghan when that person face, according to Turn's wife, is soon to be queen consort. Uh, the hag who helped cause Diana's pain. They are worried about the wrong people. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, let's face it, she's a shady character. She's a shady character for all of the pain that Princess Diana was suffering at the time. Instead of, being a friend to Diana, she pretended as though she was a friend. And according to reports, she allegedly um, almost drove her to suicide. So, yeah, there's that to consider. I mean, the whole institution has decided to gang up against the Sussexes, and so what we're left with is, depending upon um, social media content creators, and of course, people who follow these accounts on social media, these individuals, and of course, just about anybody who is pro Sussex that has an Instagram, a YouTube, or Twitter, whatever, um, TikTok. We're dependent on just a handful of people to fight against or to counter these narratives for some very dark, sinister groups of people who seem to have unlimited resources. And one of those people that has unlimited resources is very angry right now, Lord Nappyhead. Lord Nappyhead is very angry. Now, I tried to explain to you guys the other day that for some reason, the the Daily Fail has gone after Omid Scobie in a way that I've never seen before. They have gone after him in a way I have never seen before. And that, of course, is alarming to me. And whether you like Omid Scobie or you think that he's like some kind of wolf in sheep's clothing or whatever, Omid Scobie has said and done things that were very favorable where the Sussexes are concerned. Now, let's just say, for the sake of our argument, that he's just doing his job. He's just being a royal reporter. He's neither this nor that. But when he does call out something, and then he becomes targeted by the tabloid press, then what do you have to say about that? But he has. I mean, this, I believe that, sorry, let me get rid of that. I believe that this kind of thing puts him in danger. I really believe that this puts him in danger. Omen Scobie twists knife into Queen over Andrew row with Harry jibe. Uh, Meghan Markle's ally, royal commentator Omid Scobie, appears to have twisted the knife into the Queen over a row about Prince Andrew's titles being removed by comparing the Duke of York's faith to that of Prince Harry's. Well, okay, but he's not the only one doing that. There's other people comparing the two. There's other people making that comparison. There's other reports that if you look at Prince Harry's photo side by side with the Duke of York, you would think Prince Harry was guilty of the same thing, or shall we say, accused, to be fair, because he hasn't been convicted. But you would think that Prince Harry had been accused of the same thing, because there's quite a few stories I've seen in the past couple days where their images are side by side, saying that the queen has stripped them of their military appointments and they may receive or may not receive some stupid dinky medal that you get for being a royal at the time of the Jubilee. So explain that one to me. So yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of things going on, and I'm trying to sort through it as best I can. Um, but it seems to change by the moment. And every time you turn around, the tabloids have found a new way or a new approach to say something negative about the Sussexes, which is, is a constant. But I tell you what, there's one medal that I suspect they won't give out at the Jubilee. I bet you don't give this one out. I'm sure they won't dispense this medal to anyone at the Jubilee. I think this one is, they don't use this one anymore, do they? The one with the white angel with his foot on the head and neck of a darker figure below. I bet you they don't give this medal out any longer. This symbol of the empire. Yeah, this was a medal at one time. And well, anyway, someone went through a lot of trouble to make a porcelain inlay with some gilded whatever. Is that gilded silver or whatever? Anyway, someone went through a lot of trouble. When Lizzie kicks the bucket, who are they going to use as a scapegoat? Well, hopefully they'll turn on each other and leave the Sussexes alone. That's what I'm hoping. By the way, the hate group's so concerned with H&M that it appears they don't have the guts to insist that they see their queen. Um, her confidants. Okay, I don't want to read that. Okay. But yeah, a lot of her people that she has known over the years have recently passed away. Nobody has seen her, and they claim that she's resting until the Jubilee. Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to see her somewhere before the Jubilee, but she may be in a lot of trouble right now, health wise. She may be in a lot of trouble and unable to make decisions. Yes, and right. Thank you for reminding me about that, B10. That's what Omid got in trouble for. It wasn't just the little bit I just said. Omid got in trouble because he literally went there by saying that it took 7 years to do to Andrew what took about 10 minutes to do to Harry. It took 7 years. And even with that, there is still royal protection for Andrew. There's still royal protection. You know what? I let me see right here. Let me put this graphic up, if you don't mind, for your considerations, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Let me get rid of this overlay. So this is from 2002. Charles pays for extra Camilla security guards. St. James Palace yesterday refused to confirm a report that Prince Charles rather, is paying for 2 full-time security staff for his consort Camilla, the emotional support Parker Bowles. The move would represent a considerable increase in protection for the prince's long-term mistress, even though it is apparently being done privately rather than as part of the royal protection budget. Prince Charles's spokeswoman said, "Whatever the prince is providing is a private matter." Well, I tell you what, it's a good thing, because whatever Camilla is providing, I suggest they keep that private too. I'm not sure I'm old enough to hear about it, and I'm a baby boomer. I don't ever want to know what Camilla is providing for Charles, but I'm sure it's absolutely disgusting. So I mean, just the thought of it turns my stomach worse than when I found out that she was receiving the Order of the Garter, because that sounds too much like Camilla and the Garter Belt, and I don't ever want to. That visual in my mind is enough to make me want to vomit. So I think they really should think those things through. Never use the term garter and Camilla in the same conversation. It just conjures up too much. It sounds like she used to work in one of them houses. So, but how did I get on that subject? But yeah, I don't ever want to think of yeah, I just don't want to think about them like that. But whatever emotional support or whatever she's providing for him, that'll be one for the ages, but we shouldn't hear about it in real time. I mean, oh, this is the emotional support. Camilla. See how they, I mean, you have to say this much. They are at one with each other. Ugh. Oh boy. This is the future queen consort. This is the future queen consort. And it's okay. You're going to have people that rally their support to her no matter how she got there. But the person that has absolutely no scandals whatsoever, there's no scandal, there's nothing there. So nothing that they had to invent something. I mean, oh, she's an American, she's of African descent. I know, a bully. Yeah, yeah, a bully. Just like that. Yeah, a bully. That was the conversation. She's an American, she's of African descent. Um, I think we can make that stick. Well, they tried. Meanwhile, the person who has done some really twisted things to get to where she is right now, I'm not even going to say allegedly. I'm just going to say the person who did some really twisted things to get to where she is right now, um, the emotional support Camilla, nothing, nothing. I mean, they care so little about that and about her that there's nothing to report. So anyway, as I was saying, this right here is the very height of hypocrisy, and this is why these receipts are so important, because even though it doesn't seem like we're making much of an impact by pointing these things out, there is an impact, and the impact is something that may not pay off immediately, but if you guys just, I guess the best thing I could say is we ended the year with a scandal for this person, something that he worked very hard, allegedly throwing his brother and his sister-in-law under the bus to cover up for his, I guess, adoration of roses, but he worked very hard to cover up the rose garden. But still, thanks to the squad, we it became a talking point in the mainstream media. So these things do work. It does work, and we have to continue to call them out whenever and wherever possible, because otherwise, I just think it's too much that they can get away with some of these things. But it's a big battle. I won't kid you guys. It's a very big battle that only a handful of individuals are trying to struggle through, but it's necessary, because otherwise, today is the Sussexes, and then tomorrow it'll be someone else. And that's what the Duchess of Sussex said in her press release after the the Daily Fail thing. She said that this time it's me, in so many words, and next time it'll be someone else. So we have to be vigilant about this stuff. Yep. Financial remedies have been agreed upon. So this guy is pretty upset. He's pretty upset, and his newspaper is also very upset. I mean, they literally called Omid Scobie Meghan's mouthpiece. I mean, those words are serious. Someone calls you someone else's mouthpiece, someone like the Duchess of Sussex, the most influential woman in the world at the moment, someone who has been searched more than anybody else on Google, um, and you have been accused of being her mouthpiece. I mean, that's serious. That's serious. If you ask me, that language puts Omid Scobie at risk. That language puts Omid Scobie at risk. And so I'm kind of worried about him right now. I'm very worried about him. Whatever you think of Omid Scobie, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, I'm worried about him because he has become the lightning rod. Now, let's say for the sake of argument that this is just some type of ploy or something like that. I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. I think that creates danger for him. I'm pretty sure he gets threats as it is anyway. Then also that they're throwing his father under the bus because he wants the crown after the queen dies. Yeah, absolutely. I've been saying this for the longest. If you go back maybe 4 or 5 months in my videos, I've been saying this for quite some time. I don't know how they're going to coerce Charles into stepping away from the throne because obviously when the London Bridge falls, the queen is going to, once she's gone, then Charles will be king. But I don't suspect he's going to be king for long. They're going to find some kind of way to coerce him into a retirement. So he won't be there long. So the idea that they're just going to pass the crown, no, it's not going to happen like that. But there's going to be some type of coercion that makes it impossible for Charles to be king. And I know people keep telling me, you don't know how this works, and that's impossible. Everything is impossible until it happens, and then it's possible. As what was his name? Edward VIII. Which one was the Duke of Windsor? The Duke of Windsor. He wasn't supposed to, and of course, they accuse him of being a traitor and all that kind of stuff. I'm not even sure how much I believe that at this point. I'm not even sure if that's true. I think that it served a lot of people to make sure that someone like the Duke of Windsor left the throne. So, you know, there were a lot of people, a lot of aristocrats at the time that were keeping the same type of company he was keeping. And I just don't know what to be. I don't trust that family. I don't trust the family, and I don't trust the institution because they've said and done a lot of things that were not supposed to happen, but yet they did happen. So um, anything's possible. But somehow I do believe that they're going to try to coerce him into taking an early retirement. They're going to put him out to pasture. And then that will be that. So you figure that one out for me because I can only say what I think, but I think it just goes a little further than anybody suspects. So let me see what your thoughts are about that. Let's see. Okay. I took some notes here. I'm just going through my notes, making sure that I'm hitting on all the points that I wanted to talk about today. Okay. And by the way, for the 2 or 3 people that watched my food truck video, thank you. I don't know what it is people got about my food truck video, but barely anybody watched it. So if you did watch it, thank you. If you didn't watch it, it's still there. But yeah, it was a edited video, and I'm just like, okay, now people have been saying edit. So I edited a video, and nobody watched it. I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, okay, what are they trying to say? Uh, Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking through my notes. I'm going to get back to your comments very shortly. Okay, I found what I was looking for. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being patient. But also, thank you, the 5 or 6 people who watched my food truck video. Very nice of you. All 5 or 6 or maybe, okay, 7 of you. Okay, Prince Harry was forced to become 100% self-sufficient after stepping back from his royal role. But Andrew, let me see, hold on. Though a short list of honors worse off, will continue to luxuriate in nearly all of his trappings of royal life. This is why he got attacked. He was attacked by the fail. They literally called him Meghan's mouthpiece. That, and by saying that, they're saying that these are, well, they're allegedly saying that these are Meghan's words, that his words about um the Duke of Pork is Meghan's words. Do y'all get that? I believe that this is kind of bad for um that kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's 40 himself. Behind all of that work he's had done, Omid Scobie is actually 40. Isn't that something? Omid is 40, and so is William. So behind all of that work, there's a 40-year-old kid who has just, I can't, I'm telling you guys, probably nothing to happen. I hope nothing happens, but I wouldn't want to be him right now. That is scary. I'm afraid for him. I'm literally afraid for him. Yeah, Church Nelly. Yeah, because he went there. He went there and he was referred to as Meghan's mouthpiece. Okay. Oh, Beverly, you just found it? Do I need to upload it again? Well, thank you. Thank you. You are one of, I tell you, my food truck video is like the Amelia Earhart of Sussex Squad videos, because for some reason can't nobody find it. So yeah, that's what happened to that video. It's like the Amelia Earhart. It's like the lost colony of Roanoke. That's what that video has become. It's like the Donner Party. At some point people will find it, but at that point it just won't be as much to it. Hello, hello, hello. Has anybody seen it? Seen it? Seen it? Oh, let me see. Okay, I will watch the food truck video. Thank you, Daphne. I appreciate that. So you and about 8 other people will have actually watched the food truck video. I cannot tell you how offended I am that you all did not watch my. And I keep hearing people say, "Oh, I like the live chats, but if you would just do some more of those edited videos." Well, guess what's gonna happen now? It's gonna be live and let live. It's gonna be live, 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 because I was up all night working on that food truck video. And I tell you, if I was on camera right now, I would admonish you all with my stare. But yeah, I worked on that thing and it was beautifully done. I mean, has anybody seen it? It was well edited, beautifully done. One of my best voiceovers in I don't know how long, and ain't nobody watch it. I looked at that like about an hour ago. I'm like, huh. So anyway, I guess I'll have to pick my jaw up off the floor and try to gather all the pieces and go on. Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, I was desperate. to try to find some analogy, and that was the only way I could come up with one is to reference Amelia Earhart. Let me see. By the time you put the video on, we already had read the news like 20 times. Myra, don't you want to hear my beautiful voice? No? I mean, yeah, I know I was a little late to the party, but come on. Maybe I had got some scoop that nobody had ever seen before. Like for instance, in my video, I feature the both couples that own the food trucks. Now I'm sure you didn't see that anyplace else, but I actually have images of both couples that own the food trucks. So that's what I'm trying to say. You too, B10. You too. See, I feel like there's a conspiracy about this food truck video. I'm not sure what it is, but I think there's some kind of vast food truck conspiracy or something like that. But that's okay. I don't have time to sort through it. If you all feel like watching it, it's still there. If y'all don't want to watch it, well, it's okay. Nobody else did. So that's all. I got that off my chest. Everybody go home. There's nothing to see here. Uh, like the old coppers say in the movie, move along, folks. There's nothing to see here. um, let's see. Okay. Distant have been feeding out the public pockets for decades. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Oh, Jennifer, thank you. Thank you so much. I was wondering who the 8 people were that watched it. Now that puts a name on it right there. Thank you. Okay, let me see. uh, let me see. Oman has received nothing but negativity for not being openly anti-Sussex. He once said another person once told him he chose his side. So much for journalistic ethics. Yeah. Yeah, Pamela, there is no journalistic ethics where the rota is concerned because those people they get a lot of power from their positions as royal reporters. They get a lot of access. They get to travel the world. And right now, there's no world to travel. And see, this is one reason why the Sussexes are having such hardship. If there was, even if there was not a global pandemic, there's nothing interesting about Willie Leaks and jazz hands. There's nothing interesting about these people that will really pull in a lot of eyes and ears to hear them or see them in some distant land somewhere. They're just not interesting. So we could even say with the pandemic, well, nobody's traveling anyway. When they do travel, it's not going to amount to much. There's no there. Nobody cares what they're doing. Nobody cares. And I'm going to say this again. Don't worry, it's not about the food truck. But I'm going to say this again. There are more people that hate watch the Sussexes than actually love to see what the Cambridges are doing. There's more hate watchers for the Sussexes. The Cambridges, they're just something you come across. Like if you're walking down the street and you feel something on the bottom of your shoe, and you're just like, that's chewing gum, right? Well, that's what the Cambridges are. They're like a little piece of gum on the bottom of your shoe. You know it's there. And once you get a chance to sit down somewhere, you're going to take the shoe off and take a little stick and start scraping it off. They're like the doggy do of the shoe sole when it comes to people's viewing habits. It's just something that you have to do to get from point A to point B. Nobody cares what they're doing. They're not interesting. And that's why when they have something like, for instance, the earworm or whatever that thing was, I mean, take a look in the background. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. The reason why this big event that was advertised all over the place, There's nobody there. There's more people when the Sussexes just show up than when the Cambridges planned for months to do something. That family in the background just happened to be on their way to Tesco's Finest to get some carry out for supper. And then they saw the gates, they saw all the security, all the journalists, and no other people. And they just thought to themselves, gee, I wonder what's going on. But if you notice on the left side of the photo by the police officers, those are reporters. There's the reporters, there's the uh, photographers, and there's the security, and then there's one family. And this is just one photo. I've seen other photos where it was practically empty. There was nobody who cared to show up to cheer them on. It had nothing to do with the pandemic. They just didn't care. So, you know, if you guys follow the Alexei, whatever the photographer's name is, I follow him on Facebook, and I follow him on the what do you call it? The Twitter, I think. And he was proud to celebrate a photo of the Duchess of Sussex when the Sussexes went to the Cardiff Castle. And that was one of, I think, was that the second time they had an outing? That was, I think, that was their second like walkabout and a engagement as they were engaged, and there were big crowds there for them, you know, and there would be more big crowds if they could actually visit the United Kingdom safely, but that's not possible because they're so jealous that it has compromised their safety. That jealousy, because they don't want them to have any type of official protection. They want them, open and vulnerable enough that they just don't show up. So that's what it is what it is. And then when Omid Scobie decides to call them out on it, I mean, if Omid Scobie risked his own personal safety, in my opinion, to say that, can you imagine the things that he wants to say that he's just not able to do it? Could you imagine some of the things that Omid would like to share with people that he's unable to do because of his fear of losing his position as a reporter? I mean, yeah, he could make money if he goes to the US or something like that, but why should he have to uproot his life just to be fair and balanced? If you consider him to be fair and balanced. And USA Incorporated in the state of Delaware. Oh, are we talking about that? Okay, okay. I don't mind. Let's see. I'll go to that. I think I have a slide for. No, you know what? I don't know if I have a slide for that. I think I was on the fence about talking about that particular subject, if it's the same thing. But yeah, so the Daily Fail has claimed that the Duchess, and it's nothing. What they're talking about is absolutely nothing. It's a big fat nothing burger, but it's just enough to sound so salacious that what is she up to? Um, there's only two people in the royal family that I know have accounts offshore, and that is Betty and Chucky. Betty and Chucky. Offshore Lizzie. But as far as the Duchess of Sussex is concerned, uh, one thing I learned about, let's see. Okay, I have it for you right here. Let's just take a look at this. Let me remove this overlay and let me bring that back up. I hope this is the right one. Okay, so I can barely see that, but Harry and Meghan are setting up a complex network of 11 companies named after the Duchess's freckles. This is big news, by the way. A South American river something. Now, it doesn't say that is a South American registration for her freckles. I believe they're trying to say her freckles she nicknamed for some river in South America. But glancing at this, we're led to believe that she has set up some kind of offshore business somewhere. That she has some kind of offshore account. Now, according to those, what is it, Panama Papers or whatever, there is someone who has an offshore account. Okay. There is someone who has some accounts offshore in tax havens and such, but it's not the Duchess of Sussex. Okay. It's just unfortunate that we don't have any type of American journalism that will point out who has accounts offshore, who has concealed wealth. We don't have an equivalent over here. All we have is a Sussex squad. And we wouldn't care what she had if they would just leave them alone. We don't care what they have. That's the whole point. We don't even care. We don't care what offshore Betty is doing. But you find that they have written up some headline. Excuse me. They have created a headline that implies that there's something nefarious going on with the Sussexes when it's not. There certainly is not. I didn't even, and I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even bother to read the article because I figured it was a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of sensationalism, so I didn't even bother to read it. Because if you understand the tabloids, if they say that there's something going on that has to do with the Sussexes, it's probably nothing. So, I'm not going to tell you not to go and read it because, you all are grown folks and I'm not your parent. But I'm telling you, go ahead if you choose. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. But it says the Daily Mail can reveal Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. This is what I'm reading from this front page part of it. Based in I know you can't hardly see that print. A secretive network of companies. Let me use the secret voice. What's his name? Chris Hansen or something like that. Whoever that guy is on that news program that always sounds like something is worse than what it seems. The dailymail.com can reveal Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are setting up a secretive network of companies based in the indestructible tax haven, drumroll please, of Delaware. Delaware? Delaware is a tax haven? Delaware is a tax haven? There's something. Delaware is insurance companies. It's banks. It's not a secret tax haven. It's Delaware, for Christ's sakes. What's secretive about Delaware? Meghan's longtime lawyer and business manager have incorporated 11 companies and a trust for the couple since April 2020. Duh. And what is secretive about that? You see what I'm saying? What is secretive about that? State filings reveal multi-million-dollar memoir book deal. Names of companies include intriguing Japanese terms for deals, making the reference to Meghan's freckles in Spanish. Huh? Another is named after a river flowing through Colombia and Venezuela. The companies are all headquartered. Are you ready for this? The companies are all headquartered in Beverly Hills. Dun, dun, dun. The companies are all headquartered in Beverly Hills offices of attorney Richard Glennow, who has worked with the Duchess for years, also appearing on company filings for the firms in her business managers Andrew Meyer, a well-connected money guru. Notice I said guru, not launderer, but a well-connected money guru. Girl, bye. Okay? Girl, bye. That's all I got to say is girl, bye. Like they really found something. Like they really turned over a rock and found that I mean, come on. Next time you say something, please say the Cayman Islands, or for God's sake, at least say Liechtenstein. But Delaware? Come on, Lord Nappy Head. Huh? Come on, Lord Nappy Head. How about this one? Pays no UK tax on $1 billion fortune. Huh? For tax avoiding purposes, Tory boy Jonathan is French. He inherited his title and controlling stake in this lying rag from his father, allegedly. Huh? How about that? Proprietor of the Daily Mail, Jonathan Hemsworth, 4th Viscount Ruthermore, aka Lord Nappyhead, whose genetic makeup is somewhat interesting on sight, but I'm not going to go there because I don't know him. But anyway, this S curl model, or former S curl model, this wannabe S curl model happens to have some interesting finances of his own. I mean, who mentions Delaware as though there's something nefarious about it? Girl, bye. That's just, it's ridiculous. That, I wasn't going to talk about it, but since I saw it seemed like somebody mentioned it, I figured, well, why not? Let's just go there. But business manager has incorporated 11 companies and a trust for couple since 2020. State filings reveal. So the names are for places like Colombia, Venezuela, or whatever. And it doesn't mean anything about the taxes, or I'm sorry, the tax. Let me stop. Oh, Lord Nappy Head. I'm telling you, that activator juice or whatever he's using is going to his brain. It's going to his brain. They have all gone completely bonkers. Um let me see. Yeah, Laliyam, I don't know. But as we discussed earlier, by stating that these are for entertainment purposes or whatever, that seems to give them all the cover that they need to perpetuate all the hate that they can muster. Okay, so that's how that's done. Um, okay, Napster, you have already bear crisis on your hand. And you're trying to understand U.S. economics. Don't worry, however, wherever Meghan puts her recent legal winnings will be perfectly safe. Tell it, Diane. Tell it, Diane. You better preach. 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 Absolutely. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, HRH, Her Royal Highness, and she is still Her Royal Highness, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has been around the entertainment business for a long time. And because the Duchess of Sussex has friends like Oprah, Tyler, Ellen, the president of Netflix, whoever that guy is, because of some of the connections that she has and the fact that she's been on a major television show for 7 years. Mama know what she's doing, okay? She ain't no fool. She ain't nobody's fool. She got this. She has made all the proper connections that one needs to make to secure her financial future. So whatever Lord Nappyhead and his paper think that they have, it's ridiculous. The tax haven of Delaware. I'm going to have to get used to saying that because I've never heard that before. The tax haven of Delaware. In a tax haven in Delaware. Woo! Nice try. Nice try, Lord Nappyhead. Okay, it sounds good for people who need to believe the worst, but it's absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm just thinking to myself, come on, girl, you could do better than that. Come on. Come on. You could do better than that. Oh, silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. Yeah, right? Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. Play a stupid game, get a stupid prize. Oh, I'm telling you, Lord Nappyhead is about to give me gas. Uh, Delaware. I mean, there's no way you can say it that makes it sound like it's interesting. So I have to go in a tax haven, Delaware. And even then, it sounds as frightening as a glass of milk. I mean, come on. Yes, that's right, B10. It's not like her financial information is out of reach. The Sussexes would have too much to lose to play that game. Harry may or may not be a United States citizen at this point. He may or may not have any type of like, um, I guess, State Department standing or something. I don't know. But he's a property owner in the United States. The Duchess of Sussex is an American citizen. And so, for that reason, they would have too much to lose to be so stupid while you got people looking over your shoulder. They're not going to do anything ridiculous like that. So, this idea, this whole I got you, this is just Lord Nappyhead being salty because he got to pay out that money. He's just mad. He's angry because he had to pay out that money. And things like that is what causes us to call them the daily fail because yet they have failed. Better go back to picking on Omid because you have a better chance messing with him. But the Sussexes, they got this. They got this. Um, and a lot of those investments, especially when it comes to that the sustainable investing, they tried to make it sound like it was some kind of weird thing about that, but notice they don't talk about it anymore because I'm pretty sure there's some very important people who have their financial wealth tied up into those same things that the Sussexes are invested in. They are going to be billionaires, okay? Maybe 2 or 3 times over. The Sussexes are going to be billionaires, and none of this nonsense is going to prevent that from happening. So they're just peeing in the wind, if you will. That's why I wasn't even going to talk about it. I had did a screenshot, and I was just like, nah, this is too silly. But since the topic was brought up, why not? I think that the Daily Mail is just falling over themselves trying to make something out of nothing. And I tell you, I pray I live to see it. I may be a long time in the future, but I don't think it's going to take that long. But at some point, people are going to start writing books after a respectable period of mourning. People are going to start writing books about this period in our history, this very long 70-year period of strength and perceived stability. People are going to write about that, and it's not going to look good. It's going to look more like this. It's going to look less like this and more like this. That's what people are going to write about is this. Because the fact that this is not really talked about openly all the time is really a credit to the fact that this one right here has managed to maintain a pretty neutral presence in the world. But post-mortem, a lot of things are going to come out, and I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it. I don't care how long it takes, but there's a lot of information and people are going to write about it. And of course, they're going to make movies, documentaries. Oh, I didn't know Cardi B had a lawsuit. I wasn't aware of that. It's not smart. Remember, he hooked up with, and it's gonna mess around and have. Okay. Yeah, it'll be a lot different paper if that happened. It'd be much different from what it is right now. Let's see. Uh, yeah, well, it's just a matter of them trying to. I think that they have like a think tank of ways to attack the Sussexes, right? And so what I think happens is that when you see that this is nicknamed for that, and this is nicknamed for that, or this is, for that, because the rivers or places, South America, and you know what I mean, um, that just makes it sound very, what is that, Orinoco, South American River Orinoco, or Pekka. All of that sounds very, for lack of a better word, I can't believe I got to say this, exotic. And because of that, it just sounds like it's something nefarious going on. Delaware is a legal, well known tax haven. They are lazy researchers. It's legal. They are not doing, they are not doing anything illegal. Do not get upset. Well, TCC, son, thank you for saying that. I'm not really upset, but I'm outraged at the attempt to make it sound clever. But there are banks and insurance companies that left the state of New York and moved to places like what is it, North or South Dakota, and of course New Haven, Connecticut. Those places are there for the favorable laws, and there's nothing illegal about that. So you're absolutely right, and thank you for that clarity. Um, yeah, and so that's it. That's it. You're right. Yes, Queen Charlotte. Queen Charlotte. From the African side of the Portuguese royal family. Yeah, I think the well, and of course when they say Moorish, everybody who was African was called a Moor. So some people like to say, well, that was just the North Africans or whatever you want to call it. Anytime they saw somebody black back in those days, then they had to be a Moor. That was what they called Alessandro de' Medici. They called him Alessandro the Moor. So, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that the famous Black Prince was probably called the Moor at some point in history. But, I've never really got a good explanation why they referred to him as the Black Prince. Does anybody know? Because I have no clue. I I'm just making the assumption that Black Prince meant that he was black. But, by the time they got through doctoring up the history, then you know how they try to make it seem like we never exist anywhere in Europe or anything like that. But we know better. Africans' history in Europe goes all the way back to the Romans, okay? And maybe even beyond that. But yeah, the Africans go all the way back to Roman times. That we know for sure. So, um, let's see here. He is called Black Prince because his armor was black and was famous. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll accept that. Until I know better, I'll accept that. I know there was quite a few people who wore black armor at the time, so that is a bit strange, but I will accept until I hear anything different. I will accept your explanation. But yeah, like William of Orange, the famous William of Orange, he had black armor. I thought that there were quite a few princes who used black armor at the time. So, but I accept your explanation. Let's see. Okay, let me do this. I'll show you something here. If I can find it, I will share it with you. Okay, this right here. This is William of Orange, right? William of Orange. Look at his armor. What color is that? Huh? That is armor noir, black armor. So, okay, but I will accept your explanation. But, okay. So, once again, they are just using Harry and Meghan as scapegoats. Um, there were new info about um, Andrew today and that's why all of the nonsense. Really, what was the new information? You see there, I missed it because we were so caught up with this other stuff. Huh? What was the new information? Please share, because I'm telling you, it's been such a busy day. I have been totally consumed with trying to figure out where the attacks were coming from next. So please do share, because I would be interested to find out exactly what that is. But in the meantime, because I like to keep receipts, I'll share some receipts that I have with you all, if you don't mind. Let's see. And I believe these receipts came from the Guardian, of all places, when it comes to overseas offshore accounts. If I haven't beaten that horse to death, but let's see. See if I can find it. Offshore, offshore. Come on, offshore. Oh, is that it? Nope, that's not it. Okay. And by the way, world's most admired woman, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Angelina Jolie, the Queen was in fourth place. I don't know who they paid to move her up to first place, but she was in fourth place like a year ago. So go figure. Oh, okay. Here we go. Someone said Charlotte. I'll put this up so we can, just see Charlotte here. And then I'll go back and look for. Was this Britain's first black queen? Queen Charlotte was the wife of George III and, like him, of German descent, but did she also have African ancestry by the anyway, the story is by Stuart Jeffries, but we know this to be true. We know this to be true. There's an image of Charlotte as she was seen in her portrait, or one of her portraits, which, by the way, her portraits, depending on the artist, she was more or less African in appearance. And then, of course, there's the actress who played her on Bridgerton. I forget her name, but yeah. So there that is. If you guys want to see Queen Charlotte. Oh, the teddy bear. You know, that was just too weird and freaky, and I thought I might see something I couldn't unsee. So I didn't even read about the teddy bear thing. That was just too disturbing. I was afraid I would find out something that I could not unhear or unsee. So I did not want to pursue the whole Andrew and the teddy bear thing because I was afraid. Okay. I will admit I was afraid. Yeah, they said that she was coming and going from the Buckingham Palace at one point up to 4 times a day. Up to 4 times a day. Now, I find that hard to believe that there was anything appealing about this guy that would cause anybody to make 4 trips in and out the palace, okay? That was just a lie they put in there to make him seem more appealing. Okay. That is not a 4 time a day right there. That is, I'm bored. let's do this. Okay. That's not a 4 time a day. That's I'm bored. Um, please dry your sweat and let's do this. Okay. Don't try to make him sound like he's some kind of stud or something like that, because he's not. Okay. Even the implication, oh, I'm sorry. I just felt a little vomit coming up the back of my mouth. But the implication, 4 times a day in and out of Buckingham Palace in your dreams, buddy, in your dreams. Um, oh boy. I went there. I went there. Okay. Let's see. Brits are focused on the Sussexes, and that's why no questions about the Queen. Yeah, of course not. Nobody's going to ask any questions about her because, they have weaponized her age. And at this point, there's nothing scandalous that's going to come out about her. It's going to take a respectable period of mourning, and then people will actually start to tell the truth. That is going to happen. Trust me when I say that that's going to happen. Let's see. The dominoes will fall very hard at KP and for the rest of the family. Everything happens for a reason. Amen, Bertha Stevens. Amen. Okay, let's see. The Duke of Windsor was still dependent upon the crown for funds for his living. He was at their mercy. Absolutely. He couldn't even visit the realm without permission from Shirley Temple. You guys remember that? That was a nickname that the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, they nicknamed Queen Elizabeth Shirley Temple. And do you guys remember the Queen Mother's nickname? Not the air hostess. That's the new Queen Mother. Do you guys remember the Queen Mother's nickname? And it wasn't Drunken Old Broad, but that could have been one of them. But okay, it wasn't Drunken Old Broad. Do you guys remember the Queen Mother's nickname? Anybody? Go ahead and Google if you like. The Queen Mother had a nick. Yes, absolutely, Chanel. They called her Cookie. And the reason why they called her Cookie was because just like Mrs. Patmore on Downton Abbey, she was short and round and looked like a servant. She looked less like an aristocrat and more like a servant. She looked like a serf. She didn't even look like just a servant. She looked like a serf. And so for that reason, they referred to her as Cookie, because she looked like Cookie Monster. I mean, she was not the most attractive lady, with all due respect. And so they called her Cookie because she looked like the help. She looked like someone that you would hand a coat to, not put a coat on. So for that reason, they called her Cookie. Oh, hi, Cookie. Hey, Cookie. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Uh, see, I'm a real Anglophile. I know a few things, but yeah, Cookie. Oh, that's very tacky of me, but that's what they called her, Cookie. Hey, Cookie. Cookie. Look at Cookie. Well, this is old Cookie, young Cookie. I think I have a picture of young Cookie. Let me see if I can find young Cookie. Um, had that big round face, and they used to airbrush her photos to try to put some hips on her because she didn't have any hips, so they airbrushed them in there for her. There were two people that airbrushed hips into their photos: Mae West, yes, Mae West, and Cookie. What's it all about? Cookie. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but I love saying that cookie. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is vintage Cookie. There she is. Hi, Cookie. Hi there, Cookie. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Daisy. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Patmore. Well, you know how they were saying that they were going to give the Sussexes Clarence House. I was against that because let's say the Sussexes never left, right? Clarence House is booby trapped. You guys do know that, right? Because Cookie was known to, lay into the booze. I believe that everything in that house is rigged. Every room is rigged with some kind of gin dispenser or whatever. What is that she drank? Gin or sherry? Every room in that house has some kind of like chair. Uh, like you look at something, you think it's just a statue, but if you yank on it, sherry comes out. So that was no place for baby Archie. So that's why the Sussexes, if they were wise, they would have turned it down. I mean, I would rather take my chances with bed bugs or asbestos than to be at Cookie's house because, Cookie's house, the vapors is enough to make you dizzy because Cookie had booze all over the place. So, not a safe place for a child. Um, uh, but I'm gonna show you something here. I'm gonna share something with you. Now take a look at this. The resemblance is astounding. Huh? Huh? Daisy! Daisy! Now tell me she don't look like Mrs. Patmore. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. And what is Mrs. Patmore? The cook. Cookie. Case closed. I have proven my point. See, y'all think I don't be paying attention, but I have proven my point. She does have a striking resemblance to Mrs. Patmore, short, round Patmore. I mean, if it wasn't for the age difference, you could never tell one or the other. Cookie, Mrs. Patmore, right? There you go. All right. So moving on, let's get to some of your comments. Uh, let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Cookie, well, um, with all due respect, the Queen Mother was known to throw quite a party back in her day. So, yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, I do kind of see a Mrs. Doubtfire in there, except for Mrs. Doubtfire. Well, no, actually, Mrs. Doubtfire was kind of round too. You're right. Um, oh, how sweet, how sweet. Um, yeah, and um, I agree with that. But see, the same way Charles withheld that Duke of Edinburgh title from Edward, right? If you think Prince Charles is petty, and we all think Prince Charles is a mite petty, could you imagine? Could you imagine that this guy would have been uh any more generous to the Sussexes? I doubt if the Sussexes would have received Clarence House. Clarence House would have been off limit to the Sussexes. They would have probably thrown somebody else in there. As a matter of fact, I know who would have received Clarence House, and you know it too. There's Clarence House right there. I mean, they want Windsor, but Clarence House is written all over her face. The future Queen Mother. Oh, Baron, that's not how it works. Trust me. Royal Carol will be the Queen Mother. There's going to be some kind of, they're going to probably say that the children started calling her Queen Mother, and then somehow, conveniently, they're going to start calling her Queen Mother. I don't care how it works. I don't care what the tradition is. The air hostess has invested a lot of money. And I tell you, she's pretty clever because the air hostess has managed to convince people that this is a proper queen consort. This stammering mute is supposed to be the future queen consort. Now, if Carol can pull that off, trust me, if she can pass this off as a legitimate duchess of the realm, then she can do anything. And she will be known as the Queen Mother. And she's not going to wait 20 or 30 years to go to her daughter's coronation. Yeah, she's not going to wait that long. I could not imagine that anybody this clever and, dare I say, ruthless is going to wait 20 or 30 years. I mean, because they say she's 66 now, right? So let's say at age 96, possibly. I mean, that's a little far-fetched, but okay, 86. Let's say at age 86, she's waiting to go to her coronation, right? By then, if you think that Jazz Hands is a little twitchy now, could you imagine how those hands are going to be flailing about in the next 20 years? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Jazz Hands is going to be a bundle of nerves by the time her coronation comes, because that little tick she got where she can't stop grinning, and if she's not grinning, then her hands are going. Could you imagine what she's going to be like in the next 20 years? It's going to be a disaster, but somehow the air hostess will pull it off. So I tell you, you cross this one at your own peril, because that is a clever one right there. Shady written all over her face. Okay, let me go to the comments. Oh, and let me get this face off of the screen. Or would you guys prefer this face? I don't even know if I should call that a face or just call it this chin. Would you guys prefer this chin? Chinny chin chin? Okay. All right. Wait a minute, you guys. This was supposed to be a quick chat. I just noticed that I said quick chat, and we've been on here for 1 hour and 38 minutes. This is supposed to be a quick chat. So before it's too late, let's celebrate our faves, our queens. Let's celebrate Princess Diana in like my favorite photo of her ever. Princess Diana, who's actually responsible for Prince Harry's independence of that family. Princess Diana had the foresight and the wherewithal to make sure that Prince Harry grew up an independent Spencer rather than some subservient Windsor, right? Instead of Prince Harry being just another cog in the wheel, she made sure that he was able to think for himself. And then, of course, our other queen, Queen Doria, the queen of everything. Doria, of course, the Duchess of Sussex's mother, whose quiet dignity has somehow managed to keep her out of trouble with the tabloid press. And of course, that same stoic personality of hers is the reason why we know that behind the scenes, she's doing a whole lot for the Sussexes. She's been there since the beginning, but she's never gotten in the way. She's not like one of those, shall we say, mother-in-laws who don't really know when to, be seen or not be seen, if you know what I mean. And yes, I am making reference to that air hostess. But yeah, so she's not taking the center stage. She's there to support and I'm sure guide the Duchess of Sussex when necessary, and also a source of support for the Duke of Sussex. So thank you, Doria. Thank you, Diana, for all of what you've done to make the Duke and Duchess of Sussex the power couple that they are. Okay, so with these last remaining minutes, let's go to some comments. Just discovered Downton Abbey. Really? I love Downton Abbey. And did you guys know? Well, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I don't know if I should talk about it. All right. Did you guys know I've been to Highclere Castle, the home of Downton Abbey? Huh? Did you guys know that when I went to Europe? Did I ever tell you guys I've been to Europe? Okay, let me try that one more time. Did I ever tell you guys I've been to Europe? Have I talked about that? Did I mention my there we go. Yeah, did I ever mention that I've been to Europe? Uh-huh. There you go. That's the reaction I was looking for. Yes, when I went to Europe, I actually went to Highclere Castle, aka Downton Abbey. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I was too shy to talk about it, but back in 2018, I've actually been to Europe, and I saw Downton Abbey, Highclere Castle. So anyway, I don't want to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about it, but I'm just saying I've been to Europe. That's all. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, you see how everybody else has reacted. I think we have been the only ones to actually visit Downton. Oh, you said you love it. Well, I guess I am the only one who's been there then. But anyway, if I get a chance to, I may share a couple of photos if I get around to it. You know how shy I am about my travels. But uh, um, when to hold them and know when to fold them. That's right. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money while you're sitting at the table. Yes, Marie. My trip to Europe is just like my back in St. Olaf. It is. And it's amazing how, in the most unusual situations, I could be sitting anywhere, minding my business, and I don't know who brought it up or how we got on the subject. But next thing you know, we start talking about Europe. So if I have anything to do with it. uh, wow, you know what? The number has dropped. As soon as I said Europe, we went down to almost 699. They are marking me down like a cheap set of goods. But that's enough about me. Poor Edith. I love the way that Cora, the Countess Cora, oh, Robert, don't catch me out. She has that Mickey Mouse thing going on. Oh, Robert, oh, Robert, don't catch me out. What's that, Joseph? You want to hear more about it? Like my rail pass and the hostels and stuff? I'll talk about it if you insist. Oh, okay, nice. Well, I'm jealous. I've never lived there before, but I was only able to visit several times. Okay. In Germany. Ah, ich bin ein Deutsch, I think. Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. I'm not live? What am I? I'm just kidding. uh, um, Oh, really? That sounds juicy. Who is that? I missed that one. Okay. Oh yeah, I love this photo. As you know, I got like several photos from that occasion that I use when I'm doing the edited videos from time to time. Okay, who's going to bed right now? Somebody saying goodnight? Yeah, I guess it is at that point. Well, you guys, this has been fun. I guess I should go too because otherwise I'm gonna miss out on my beauty sleep. Okay. Good night, Lucy Wynn. All right. Yeah, let's wrap this up. Patricia, I mean, I like being here with you too, but okay, we'll just make it an even 2 hours. I don't mind. Excuse me. So I tell you what, since I did say that, let me go back and look at my notes and make sure that I discussed everything that I meant to speak of tonight. Uh, let's see. So we talked about the trolls and the $3.5 million. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this one. Okay, let me do this. Before I share it, I want to remove this Twitter account's name and face, and then I'll share it with you guys. But okay, let me see how to do that. But yeah, I try not to share the. Okay. Some of those things I just don't want to share them. So I'm going to cover this up, cover that up, and then I'll share it with you. Okay, we'll do that, and then I'll share this with you. Okay, so that's done, and it is ready to share. So let me get it over here on the main thing, and then we'll talk about that. All right, something has to go. So let me get rid of Mrs. Patmore, not to be confused with Cookie. Cookie's got to go. Okay. And then my last talking point for the night I'll share. One second, you guys. Coming up soon. Okay. Oh, new episode of Sussex Squad. Oh, is that what you guys were talking about that it wasn't live? Okay, this right here. So let me remove this overlay. Okay, Meghan Markle troll compared Princess Diana's Middle Eastern boyfriend to that. That was from that account. I'm trying not to say certain things. Is one of the most successful YouTube accounts in a report from C. Bozy into hate targeting Meghan. In 1 month, she earned $3,300. Yeah, so this is an example of one of the things that you may have noticed on that account. Okay, this is one of those nasty, negative things that one would have noticed on that account, right? And you see at the bottom it says Meghan Markle troll compared Diana's Middle Eastern boyfriend to a primate. Yeah, that happened. Let me see what your comments are. Yeah, I know some of you guys have gone over to the Sussex Squad video. They haven't posted for a long time. I'm not offended if you guys need to take off. I do not mind at all, because we're going to end this soon. B10. Okay. And this is the other one that I just mentioned. Let's see. And YouTube is paying this unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. I mean that, I think that if this guy wasn't Middle Eastern, one might say that that was, the R word. If I say that, then that'll flag my account. But you know what I mean? That thing that they were saying about the baby's color, the R word. So if this was not a Middle Eastern guy, and sometimes in the social media, it's amazing how you can like target certain race or ethnic groups, and it's okay. And then some groups is not okay when it really shouldn't be okay for any group. So, okay. I did not see that. I believe it is available on the YouTube, but I did not see that one. Okay. Then no cabbage. All right, let's see. No, Baron, it is Sussex said on. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, did she just oh, but it's recorded, not live. I get you. Okay. Well, that'll give me something to do tonight. Yolanda, you're so cool. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. I wish I had something more compelling to say for your effort. Oh gosh, I'm feeling the love tonight. Thank you for that. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. All right. All right, all right, all right. I'm scanning. I'm scanning. Let me see. I'm going in all directions with this. Oh, is that in the oh, that's not the ITV thing that you just mentioned or someone just mentioned. Yeah, we haven't heard from her for a while. So it's like Beetlejuice. If you say Samantha Markle 3 times, just like Beetlejuice, she's going to appear. So whatever we do, we can't say that name 3 times. I only said it once. So okay, but if I say it 2 more times, she's gonna show up. And because Samantha, oops, I just said it. Okay, because SM is the Beetlejuice of trolls. So if I say that one more time, I said it 1.5 times, but if I say it 3 times, I'm telling you, she's gonna pop up. Oh, Judy, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys, I know it's getting kind of late, so don't, Dark Spectre, that's the other one. Um, if you guys have to go, don't worry. We're just gonna hang out here for a few more minutes. Um, oh no, how did that come off of there? I was trying to, oh well, never mind. But yeah, let's see. Um, oh really? They had some kind of connection, huh? I could believe that. I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. It makes a lot of sense. Uh, I agree, Etna. I agree. Oh yeah, they said that Hoghead Morgan um, made popped up on television or something like that, right? And that so many people complained about it. I hope so. Okay, okay, I'm not gonna say it. I promise I'm not gonna say it because we don't want her to pop up. Um, oh, thank you, Lucy Wynn. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I thought today I was just gonna do like an hour, but sometimes I have so much fun I don't even pay attention to the time. And I ain't got nothing else to do, so this is cool. Good night, Daphne. Thank you for sharing with us tonight. You're always on point. Thank you very much. And have a safe day tomorrow. Hydrate. Hydrate. No bad energy. Yes, Pamela, because they make a lot of money. They do make a lot of money, and they pretend that they're outraged by it. But the truth is, unless people complain and complain loudly, then they'll just keep, skirting the issue until there's some type of big blowback from it. So yeah, they'll keep doing that. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Next one here. Yep. Good night, Daphne. Thank you for joining us. He needs to go away. Ah, see there, Daphne? You're feeling the love right now. Um, you don't mess around, do you, Rochelle? You just call it like you see it. Uh, I actually did take a screenshot of that report, but I don't know. I'm kind of nervous to share it. So, yeah, but I do have that screenshot. But I'm not ready to pour that kind of tea. You know what I mean? I have to wait until I see other people do it, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, this is the one right here. She used to work in one of them houses. She used to be on the corner. I'll just do like everybody else is doing, but I don't want to be the first with that one. Ah, yep, I don't want to be first. Oh, okay. Well, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Let me entertain you. Oh, cool, cool. Well, in that case, and you sure she still has a channel? Okay, well, let me see if I can find it then. All right. Let's see if I can find it. I mean, yes, and if everybody jumps off a bridge, I'm gonna jump off too. Yes, that's why I'm gonna do it. So I'm about to jump off the bridge. Let's see if I can find it here. Now, this is the one that I have. Dun dun dun. Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing their photos. Okay, I want to say that I saw the first one before, but those other two, I've never seen their images before. I thought it was like a matter that nobody knew what they look like or anything like that. But yeah, now I see them for who they are. Yep. And just like those royal reporters, they all have a certain look about them. And yeah, and any given one of them could have worked in one of those houses or been the proprietor of one of those houses, any of them. So that's the image. Again, you guys can go to see Bowsy. Well, I'm sorry, Bot Sentinel to find the actual report and you know indulge in it yourself. Yeah, I did. Anytime I see three little pigs, I always snort. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay. Okay. Daphne, you just don't want to leave us, do you? I understand. We only got a couple of more minutes, so you might as well stay. Of course, you're gonna be crying like a rat eating onions when you have to get up early, but you might as well stay. Uh, oh, okay. Let me see. Let me take another look. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Bruce? Is that Bruce? Okay, I'm sorry, not Bruce. What's the new name she used? Anyway, Bruce? Okay. Oh. You guys are just gonna be messy to the end, huh? Speaking of the end, it has been 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 18, 19, 20 seconds. So we have reached that point. Thank you so much for joining us on Royal Sussex. It has been so much fun tonight. It has been very laid back. Um, I'm feeling the love. I hope you guys are feeling the love too. So, who wants to make the last comment of the night? Who wants to? Okay, I think I got it here. B10. Let me see. Baron was B10. I was looking for something to. Well, okay, gotta sleep. I have a tough work day tomorrow. That one makes me feel bad because I feel like I'm keeping you up. So, but anyway, thanks for being here for us. But um, no, I don't want it to be about me. Bye is too short. I like this one though, Anastasia. I actually like this one. Jealous old ladies. I like that one. And oh, matter of way, let me get them off the screen. Why should the last thing we see is them? So, comment Of okay. I think I like this, Marie. I think I like this. Okay, let's see. I gotta find it. There it is. Be safe and be happy, everyone. Marie Tucker, that is absolutely profound. I love it. Thank you. And good night to you, Marie Tucker. Good night, Black Queen, Vinnie Blair, Denise Jones, Sonia Johnson, Lydia Washington, Melody Williams. Good night. Donna Elita Nash. Good night. Anna Espinoza. Good night. So long, Cookies and Cream. Dara Edgehills. Good night. FC. Good night. Good night. Good night. Diane Hawkins. Good night. Patricia Ann Franklin. Good night. Good night, Lucy Wynn. All right. Good night, one and all. Thank you so much. And thank you, Marie Tucker, for the very profound exit. All right. Love you guys. Good night.